Hello, this is Mrs. Groves, and I'm going to go over the homework from the book to section 7.4, which is the elimination method, and specifically the multiplication elimination method. And you had 3 even problems to do: 4, 6, and 8, and a word problem that was even. So I'm going to go over those briefly. If you're getting them all right, congratulations. And I will do the first one completely, and then I'll just show you how to do the other 2. Now keep in mind there is not one particular way to do these problems. So if you do it a different way and you're multiplying the equations, that's okay. So in this case, I'm going to focus on x, and I'm going to say to myself, I could multiply this equation. If I multiply this equation by 3, and this is the way that I always started out. Because the first step is always going to be add down. And we want to eliminate. What happens if I multiply this by 3? I get negative 3x and 3x, and if I add down, that's 0. So that shows me that multiplying this equation by 3 is going to eliminate x. So then I don't have to do anything to the top equation. Minus 2y equals 3. I multiply this by 3, plus 3y equals 3. When I add down, oh, they were so easy. This was so easy for you. Y is equal to 6. Then I have to find x. And just so that I make sure that I understand where my work is, I usually write find x here. And I pick the easier equation that I think will be that I'll have for answering this question. So I'm going to pick the first equation because I want to find x. 3x minus 2, y is 6, equals 3. And then I just work it out. We get 3x equals 15, divide by 3, x equals 5. All right. And we all make mistakes, so I always make sure to check. And I want you to check all these problems. So to simply check, we're going to use both original equations. 3 x is 5, minus 2, y is 6, equals 3. 15 minus 12, 3 equals 3. I didn't even need to ching. I didn't even need to use my calculator. Check the next equation. All right, negative x is 5, plus y is 6, equals 1. Negative 5 plus 6, 1 equals 1. Cha-ching, it checks. So that, notice that I made this very clear showing my work. I found y, I found x, and I checked. For the next problem, and the answer is 1916, and I'm not going to go through and do the entire problem. But in this case, you ask yourself, what's going to be the easiest way to solve this? And to me, I can see that 2 goes into 10 5 times. So I'm going to bring my top equation over. First, I'm going to bring over the 10x. And then I'm going to multiply this times 5. 5 times negative 10, 5 times negative 2 is negative 10x. When I add down, it becomes 0. I bring this equation over. I multiply this by 5. And I'll let you finish that problem yourselves. So if you didn't get this problem, you should at least write down the answer so that you can go back and try to do it later. And we're going to now go on to number 8. Okay. There's 2 ways you could go through and do this problem. One way would be to take this equation and this equation and multiply this equation by the opposite coefficients, 3 and 11, and I would get 33. So then 33x minus 33x, okay, then x is going to be eliminated. But there is an easier way to do this problem. Let's look at the y's. You can eliminate y. And in this case, forget about this. 4 goes into 25 times. So if I multiply this equation by 5, I have negative 20y. 5 times 4y is 20y. If I add down, those are going to be eliminated. So in this case, all I need to do is take the first equation, 11x minus 20y equals 28. Multiply the second equation by 5. So that's going to give me 15x plus 20y equals, let me double check this with my calculator so I don't give you the wrong answer. 36 times 5 is 180. Okay. And I'll let you continue to do the work here. So that shows you the basis of how to use the elimination method for solving systems. So you had a word problem to do. It was 20A. Now, from the word problem that you had to do, my expectation is that you should have been able to get the key information. Okay? It's $3 for a student ticket. It's $5 for an adult ticket. $729 were, 729 tickets were sold, and you collected $2,995. So you were asked to find how many tickets. So in this case, X is equal to the number of student tickets, Y is the number of adult tickets. Now you should be able to do this with no problem. It takes more practice to write the equations. So you have two equations. The first equation is your number of tickets. How many? You had 729, but you don't know how many were split between adults and students. So X students plus adults gives you 729. Dollars collected. Okay. $3 for a student, $5 for an adult. Then you solve and check. And you always ask yourself, does the answer make sense? Does it make sense that 325 student tickets were sold and 404 adult tickets? Well, if I take these two numbers, add them, I get 729. If I take 325 times $3 and 404 times $5, I'm going to get $2,995. So the answer okay, 325 student tickets were sold and 404 adult tickets were sold. Okay, those were the answers to the even problems. You can hand in your homework and have a nice day.